In the depths of the Mediterranean, where ancient secrets slumber beneath the waves, a discovery is about to change the course of human history.
Captain Marcos, are we at the coordinates?
Dr. Sayed. But I must stress again, we're pushing the limits of our submersible's capabilities.
The readings are off the charts, Captain. Whatever's down there, it's unlike anything we've seen before.
That's what worries me, Doctor. The sea doesn't give up its secrets easily.
Sometimes, Captain, we need to take risks to make breakthroughs.
And sometimes those risks come at too high a price. I've seen good people lost to the sea's mysteries.
I understand your concern, Captain, but this could rewrite everything we know about our planet's history.
As the crew prepares the submersible, Dr. Elena Petrov approaches Nadia with concern etched on her face.
Nadia, are you sure about this? The seismic activity in this region has been increasingly erratic.
All the more reason to investigate now, Elena. Whatever's causing these disturbances, we need to understand it.
I know that look, Nadia. Just be careful down there, okay?
Always am, Elena. This could be the discovery of a lifetime.
That's what I'm afraid of. Remember the Troy expedition? Not all world-changing discoveries end well.
This is different, Elena. I can feel it. There's something calling to me from down there.
Dr. Sayed, Dr. Petrov, final checks complete. We're ready for descent.
Excellent. Let's make history.
As Nadia and Elena board the submersible, a memory flashes through Nadia's mind. A conversation with her father years ago. The secrets of our ancestors lie in the sands. Nadia, not in the sea. You're turning your back on your heritage.
I'm not turning my back, Dad. I'm just looking at it from a different angle.
Our family has been uncovering Egypt's past for generations. And now you choose to abandon that legacy?
I'm not abandoning anything. I'm expanding it. The ancient Egyptians revered the Nile, the Mediterranean. What if there's more to that connection than we ever imagined?
You're chasing fairy tales, Nadia. The ocean floor holds nothing but sand and disappointment.
We'll see about that, Dad. We'll see.
The submersible detaches from the ship, descending into the dark abyss. As they plunge deeper, the vessel's lights illuminate a seascape that becomes increasingly bizarre.
Nadia, look. The marine life, it's like nothing in our databases. Bioluminescent properties far beyond anything we've encountered. It's as if the water itself is alive. These readings can't be right. The water composition, the energy signatures, it's all off the charts. Cross-reference with our historical data. Any matches? Nothing even close. It's as if the water is charged with some kind of energy we've never seen before. Almost like it's conscious. Elena, are you thinking what I'm thinking? The nun theories? Nadia, those are just myths. The primordial waters of creation can't actually what? Exist? Elena, look around us. What do your eyes tell you?
Suddenly, the submersible's instruments begin to go haywire.
Nadia, we're losing control. The currents, they're unlike anything I've ever seen. Compensating. Hold on, Elena.
The submersible is tossed about like a toy in a whirlpool. As Nadia fights for control, a massive shape looms out of the darkness.
Elena, look ahead. What is that?
A massive structure looms before them, its architecture an impossible blend of ancient and futuristic designs.
My God. Elena, are you seeing this? It's not possible. These structures, they predate any known civilization. Those symbols, they're similar to ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, but far more complex. Nadia, the energy readings are off the charts. We should retreat and call for backup. Just a little closer. We might never get this chance again. Nadia, be reasonable. We're not equipped for this. Sometimes, Elena, science requires a leap of faith.
As they maneuver closer, strange glyphs on the structure begin to glow, pulsing with an eerie, blue luminescence.
Nadia, something's happening. The currents are shifting. Compensating thrusters. We need to maintain our position. It's not working. We're being pulled in. Brace for impact.
With a thunderous crash, the submersible collides with the ancient structure. Emergency systems blare as water begins to seep in.
Hull breach. Nadia, we need to surface now. Wait. Look at the viewport.
Beyond the cracked glass, the water shimmers and parts. Humanoid figures emerge from the glowing ruins, their bodies fluid and bioluminescent.
It's not just a city, Elena. It's alive.
Children of the surface, you have awakened us. The time of reclamation is at hand.
What are you?
We are the children of Nun, the primordial waters. And you, little one, carry a spark of our essence.
I don't understand. How is this possible?
The answers lie in your blood, in the forgotten history of your kind.
My blood? What do you mean?
Your ancestors knew us, child. They walked with us, learned from us. But time and fear drove us apart.
Nadia, we're losing power. We need to leave now. No, wait. We have so many questions.
And there will be time for answers. But now, you must warn your people. The waters rise to reclaim what was lost.
Reclaim, what do you mean?
The balance must be restored. Your kind has forgotten the old ways, polluted the waters, disrupted the cosmic order.
Please, we can find a way to coexist. To restore what was lost.
Perhaps. But that choice may no longer be yours to make. Go now. Return when you are ready to embrace your true heritage.
With a gesture from the Lumina Elder, the submersible is enveloped in a bubble of energy. It shoots towards the surface at impossible speed.
Elena, log everything, every measurement, every image.
Already on it. Nadia, look. The seabed, it's shifting.
As they rocket towards the surface, Nadia and Elena witness the ancient city beginning to rise, sending massive shockwaves through the ocean.
Dr. Sayed. Dr. Petrov. What's happening down there? We're detecting massive seismic disturbances across the entire Mediterranean.
Captain, prepare for immediate evacuation and contact every major scientific and governmental organization. The world as we know it is about to change.
Change? Sayed, what did you find down there?
Not what, Captain? Who? And they're waking up.
The submersible bursts from the sea, landing roughly on the Nautilus's deck. As Nadia emerges, she sees her crew staring in horror at the horizon. Massive waves are forming, threatening coastlines across the Mediterranean.
This is just the beginning. We need to warn everyone.
My God, what have we done?
Not done, Captain. Discovered. And now we need to understand.
Understand? Nadia, we need to run. Those things are rising.
No, Alina. Running isn't an option. We need to face this, to learn.
Learn? Doctor, look around you. We've potentially unleashed an apocalypse.
Or we've rediscovered a part of our world we never knew existed. Captain, set course for the nearest port. We need to brief the authorities immediately.
As the Nautilus races to escape the growing marine chaos, Nadia clutches her data drives, knowing that the information they contain will reshape humanity's understanding of its own history and its place in the world.
Dad, you were right about the secrets of our ancestors, but you never imagined they'd be like this.
Little does Nadia know, her discovery is just the beginning. As the Lumina rise from the depths, the stage is set for a confrontation that will challenge the very foundations of human civilization.
Dr. Sayed, what's our next move?
We head porn, and then we face a world that's about to be turned upside down.
Nadia, are you sure about this? Maybe we should destroy the data, pretend this never happened.
And then what, Alina? Wait for the Lumina to emerge without any understanding of who or what they are? No. Knowledge is our only hope now.
Knowledge didn't save Atlantis, Doctor.
Maybe not. But it might save us. Full speed to port, Captain. We have a world to warn.
As the Nautilus cuts through the churning waters, the first act of this cosmic drama comes to a close. But the echoes of this discovery will soon ripple across the globe, heralding a new chapter in Earth's history. One where the depths of the oceans hold the key to humanity's past, present, and future. For Nadia Sayed, the journey of a lifetime has only just begun, and the waters of Nun are rising to reclaim their place in the world. As the Nautilus approaches the port of Alexandria, a flurry of activity greets them. Military personnel, government officials, and news crews swarm the docks.
Dr. Sayed, are you prepared for this? The world is waiting.
As ready as I'll ever be, Captain. Let's hope they're willing to listen. Nadia, maybe we should consider holding back some of the information. The implications of what we've discovered. No, Elena. Full disclosure is our only option now. The Lumina are rising, we can't hide that.
As they disembark, a stern-faced military officer approaches, flanked by armed guards.
Dr. Sayed, I'm Colonel Hazem. You and your team are to come with us immediately for debriefing.
Colonel, with all due respect, we don't have time for bureaucracy. The Lumina.
The what?
The beings we encountered. They call themselves the Lumina. And they're waiting for our response.
Doctor, you'll have plenty of time to explain everything. But right now, national security is our primary concern.
Nadia, maybe we should. No, Elena. They need to understand the urgency. Colonel, every minute we waste here is a minute closer to potential conflict.
Conflict? With these? Lumina? Dr. Sayed, I hope you realize how this sounds.
I know it sounds incredible, Colonel. But look at the sea. Look at the data we've brought back. Something is happening, and we need to act now.
As tensions rise on the dock, a commotion breaks out near the water's edge. Look, in the water, a shimmering figure rises from the waves, causing panic among the gathered crowd. We grow impatient, children of the surface. Where is the one who speaks the old tongue?
All units, defensive positions. Dr. Sayed, get back.
No. Stand down. I can handle this.
Doctor, this is not a negotiation. Stand down now.
Colonel, if you open fire, you'll start a war we can't win. Let me talk to them.
Nadia pushes past the colonel and approaches the water's edge.
I am here. Please, give us time. Our leaders need to understand.
Time is a luxury we cannot afford. The oceans suffer. We must act now.
And we will. But not through force. Let me be the bridge between our peoples.
You bear the old blood, yet you defend those who poison our waters?
I defend understanding. Cooperation. There's so much we can learn from each other.
Dr. Sayed, step away from that thing. That's an order.
Colonel, if you want to prevent a war, you'll let me do my job.
As the standoff intensifies, a sleek black car pulls up. A man in a crisp suit emerges.
Colonel Hazem, stand down. Dr. Sayed, I'm Amun Rashid from the UN. I think it's time we had a talk.
Mr. Rashid,
Not here. We're going to Cairo. All of us, including our new friend.
Sir, with all due respect, we can't just.
We can and we will, Colonel. Unless you'd like to explain to your superiors why you started an interspecies war on your watch.
We will accompany you, but be warned, surface dweller. Our patience has limits. As the unlikely group prepares to depart, news helicopters circle overhead, broadcasting the scene to a world holding its breath.
Mr. Rashid, you should know, this is bigger than anything we've ever faced.
I know, Doctor. That's why we need to get ahead of it. The world is watching, and right now we're writing history.
The convoy speeds towards Cairo, tension palpable in every vehicle. In the lead car, Amun Rashid briefs Nadia on the escalating global situation.
Dr. Sayed, in the last few hours, we've had reports of similar emergences across every major body of water on the planet.
My God, it's not just the Mediterranean, they're everywhere.
Precisely. And every nation with a coastline is on high alert. We're on the brink of worldwide panic.
But the Lumina, they're not inherently hostile. They're trying to save the oceans.
A noble goal, but their methods are causing chaos. We need a plan, and fast.
Mr. Rashid, there's something else you should know. The Lumina, they say I have some kind of connection to them. Old blood, they called it.
Interesting. And do you feel this connection?
I'm not sure. But when I'm near them, it's like I can almost understand their language, their motivations.
That could be invaluable, Dr. Sayed. But it also makes you a potential security risk.
I'm here to help, Mr. Rashid, to bridge the gap between our species.
Let's hope that bridge doesn't become a gangplank, Doctor.
Meanwhile, in the vehicle carrying the Lumina emissary, Colonel Hazem attempts an interrogation.
What exactly are your people's intentions?
We are the caretakers of the waters. We slumbered while you poisoned them. Now we awaken to cleanse and restore.
And the flooding? The seismic disturbances? Are these your idea of cleansing?
Mere side effects of our awakening. The true cleansing has yet to begin.
Is that a threat?
It is a promise. The waters will rise, with or without your cooperation. As the convoy enters Cairo, they're met with scenes of unrest. Crowds have gathered, some in panic, others in awe. It's the end times. The seas are rising to punish us. No, look, they're like angels of the water. They've come to save us. At the government complex, world leaders have assembled via video conference. The atmosphere is tense as Nadia, Ammonius, and the Lumina emissary enter.
Dr. Sayed, Mr. Rashid, we need answers. And we need them now.
Leaders of the world, what we're facing is unprecedented. The Lumina are an ancient species, guardians of the Earth's waters.
Guardians? They're flooding our coastal cities. Your cities encroach upon our domain. The waters reclaim what is rightfully theirs. Is that a threat?
Please, let's not escalate this. We need to find a way to coexist.
Coexist? With beings that can sink entire coastlines at will?
They don't want conflict. They're responding to the damage we've done to the oceans. If we work with them, we might be able to reverse centuries of pollution and overfishing.
And if we refuse, then the waters will rise. Your civilizations will be cleansed. The cycle will begin anew. The room erupts into chaos, leaders shouting over each other. Suddenly, Nadia's skin begins to glow faintly, catching everyone's attention.
Please, listen to me. I carry within me the blood of both our peoples. I've seen visions of our shared past. Humans and Lumina once coexisted in harmony. We can do so again.
Dr. Sayed, are you suggesting you're somehow part Lumina?
I'm suggesting that our histories are more intertwined than we ever imagined. The Lumina were here first, and we forgot them.
Convenient timing for them to return, just as we've pushed our planet to the brink. We return because we must. The balance must be restored.
And how do you propose we restore this balance?
Abandon your coastal cities. Return them to the sea. Cease your pollution of the waters. Embrace the old ways. Preposterous. We cannot simply abandon decades of progress.
No one's asking for that. But we need to find a middle ground. The Lumina have technology, knowledge we can't even begin to comprehend. If we work together...
Work together? Doctor, these beings are threatening our very way of life.
Our way of life is threatening theirs. And in the process, we're destroying our planet. We need to listen.
Dr. Sayed is right. This is an opportunity, not just a crisis. Think of the advancements, the knowledge we could gain.
And the price of this knowledge. Our coastal cities. Our way of life.
Change is inevitable. The only choice is whether you will be part of the new balance or swept away by it. This is outrageous. We can't just surrender to these demands. I'm ordering our fleets to...
No. Any act of aggression could trigger a catastrophe. We need time. Time to understand, to adapt.
I propose a summit. 1 month. Representatives from every nation working with the Lumina to find a solution.
A month? And what guarantee do we have that more cities won't sink in the meantime? We will maintain the current water levels, provided there are no hostile actions against us.
Very well. 1 month. But Dr. Sayed, Mr. Rashid, the fate of our world rests on your shoulders. Don't let us down.
As the conference ends, Nadia and Ammonius exchange worried glances. The clock is ticking, and the waters are rising. The future of 2 species now hangs in the balance.
1 month to save the world. No pressure, right?
Welcome to international diplomacy, Dr. Sayed. I hope you're a quick study.
I'd better be, for all our sakes.
As they leave the conference room, the weight of their task settles upon them. In 1 month, they must bridge the gap between 2 worlds, balance the needs of humanity with the demands of the Lumina, and somehow prevent a global catastrophe. The waters of change are rising, and Nadia Sayed stands at the crest of the wave, hoping to guide humanity safely to a new shore. 2 weeks into the summit, tensions are at a breaking point. In a secluded chamber of Cairo's Grand Egyptian Museum, Nadia pores over ancient texts, searching for answers.
There has to be something here, some clue we've missed.
Nadia, it's 3 a.m. You need to rest.
Rest? Amun, we're running out of time. The Lumina are growing impatient, and world leaders are talking about preemptive strikes.
I know. That's why we need you at your best. Fresh eyes might see what tired ones miss.
Every time I close my eyes, I see their faces. The Lumina waiting, the world leaders expecting miracles. My father?
Your father?
He always said I was chasing fairy tales. Now those fairy tales are threatening to sink half the world's coastlines.
Nadia, you couldn't have known?
Couldn't I? The signs were there, Amun. In every ancient text, every myth about the Great Flood, we just didn't want to see them.
Suddenly, Nadia's eyes lock onto a particular hieroglyph. Her hand trembles as she traces its outline.
Amun, look at this. It's not a standard hieroglyph, it's Lumina script.
Are you sure?
Positive. And it's not the only one. They're scattered throughout these texts, hidden in plain sight.
What does it mean?
It means we've been looking in the wrong place. The answer isn't here. It's in the Great Pyramid.
As dawn breaks, Nadia and Ammonius race to Giza. The plateau is a hive of activity, with military personnel and scientists swarming around the ancient wonder.
Dr. Sayed, Mr. Rashid, this area is restricted. We've had reports of unusual energy signatures.
That's why we're here, Colonel. We think we know what's causing them.
We need access to the King's Chamber. Immediately.
Out of the question. We have teams.
Colonel, please. Time is running out. Trust us.
After a tense moment, the colonel nods. As they enter the Great Pyramid, the air thrums with an otherworldly energy.
It's here. I can feel it.
Nadia, your skin, it's glowing again.
The old blood. It's responding to something.
In the king's chamber, Nadia approaches the sarcophagus. Her glowing hand hovers over its surface.
It's not a sarcophagus, it's a key.
A key to what?
To our past. To the truth.
As Nadia's hand touches the stone, a blinding light engulfs the chamber. When it fades, a holographic display fills the room, showing scenes from Earth's distant past.
My God. Ammonius, are you seeing this?
I see it, but I don't believe it.
The hologram shows ancient Egyptians working alongside Lumina, building great structures, sharing knowledge. But then, scenes of conflict, of fear, of the Lumina retreating to the depths.
We didn't just forget them, we drove them away.
But why? They seem to be cooperating.
Fear, young ones. Fear of the unknown, fear of change.
Nadia and Ammonius spin around to find a Lumina Elder materializing in the chamber.
How are you here?
This chamber has always been a nexus, a meeting point between our worlds. You have awakened its true purpose.
What purpose?
To remind. To reveal. To unite.
Unite? But the world is on the brink of war with your people.
As it was before. History repeats, but it need not rhyme. You, child of two worlds, can change the verse.
What do you mean, child of two worlds?
She carries the old blood. A lineage born of human and Lumina union long ago.
That's impossible.
Is it? Have you not felt the call of the waters? The understanding of our ways?
As Nadia grapples with this revelation, alarms blare throughout the pyramid.
Dr. Sayed. Mr. Rashid. We have a situation.
What's happening?
It's the Lumina. They're rising. Everywhere.
No, it's too soon. We need more time.
Time is a luxury we no longer have. The cleansing begins.
Outside, the sky darkens as storm clouds gather. The ground trembles, and in the distance, massive waves can be seen forming.
We need to evacuate. Now!
No, we need to stop this. There has to be a way.
The choice was made long ago, child. The cycle must complete.
No. I refuse to accept that. Show me. Show me everything.
The Lumina Elder touches Nadia's forehead, and she gasps as millennia of memories flood her mind.
The Lumina, they were our guardians. Protectors of the balance between land and sea.
Guardians? Then why the hostility now?
Because we forgot our role. We were supposed to be stewards of the land, working in harmony with the Lumina. Instead, we lost our way.
And now, the balance must be restored. At any cost.
No. There has to be another way. Show me the failsafe.
Failsafe? Child, there is no.
Don't lie to me. I can see it in your memories. A way to halt the cleansing.
Nadia, what are you talking about?
There's a chamber, deep beneath the Nile Delta. A place where land and sea meet. If we can reach it, we might be able to stop this.
The Chamber of Harmony. It has been lost for millennia.
Not lost. Hidden. And now, we're going to find it.
As they rush out of the pyramid, they're met by a scene of chaos. The sky has turned an ominous green, and the air crackles with energy.
Dr. Sayed. We're receiving reports of coastal flooding worldwide. Military forces are engaging Lumina all across the globe.
No, call them off. Fighting will only make it worse.
I'll contact the UN, try to broker a ceasefire. Nadia, find that chamber.
I will. But I'll need help.
Nadia turns to the Lumina Elder, her eyes pleading.
You know this is wrong. Help me set it right.
Child, the damage your kind has done
Can be undone. Together. Isn't that what the Chamber of Harmony is for? To unite our peoples?
After a long moment, the Elder nods.
very well. But the journey will be perilous. The waters are angry, and many of my kind will try to stop us.
Then we'd better hurry.
As Nadia, the Lumina Elder, and a small team set out for the Nile Delta, Ammonius races back to Cairo to prevent all-out war. The fate of 2 species now hangs in the balance, with time running out and the waters continuing to rise.
Nadia, whatever happens, know that you've done more than anyone could have asked.
It's not over yet, Amun. We started this journey together, and we'll finish it together.
As they part ways, the sky opens up, rain pouring down in sheets. The Great Pyramid glows with an eerie light, a beacon in the growing storm. Nadia looks back at it one last time before plunging into the chaos, hoping against hope that the answers they seek lie beneath the turbulent waters of the Nile.
Dad, wherever you are, I hope you can see this. Your little girl chasing fairy tales might just save the world.
With determination in her heart and the weight of 2 worlds on her shoulders, Nadia heads into the tempest. The next few hours will determine the fate of humanity and Lumina alike. As Act 3 draws to a close, the stage is set for a climactic confrontation that will reshape the future of Earth and all its inhabitants. The world teeters on the brink of chaos as Nadia, the Lumina Elder, and their small team race towards the Nile Delta. Meanwhile, Ammonius fights a desperate battle in the halls of power to prevent global conflict.
Madam Secretary General, you have to call off the military strikes. We're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Mr. Rashid, half of our coastal cities are underwater. The time for diplomacy is over.
If we attack now, we'll lose any chance of peaceful resolution. Please just give us a few more hours.
You have until dawn. After that, I can't hold back the tide of retaliation.
As Ammonius works the diplomatic channels, Nadia and her team approach the coordinates of the hidden Chamber of Harmony.
It should be right here, beneath the waters, where the Nile meets the Mediterranean.
The entrance was sealed millennia ago, hidden from both our peoples.
Then how do we open it?
With the power that flows through your veins, child. The old blood is the key.
Nadia takes a deep breath and steps into the churning waters. As she submerges, her skin begins to glow with an otherworldly light.
I can feel it. The chamber, it's calling to me.
Let it guide you. Open your mind to the memories of your ancestors.
Suddenly, the water around Nadia begins to swirl, forming a vortex that reveals an ancient doorway on the seafloor. Incredible! Dr. Sayed, are you all right?
I'm fine. More than fine. I understand now. This is what I was born to do.
As the team descends into the hidden chamber, they're greeted by a sight that takes their breath away. The walls are covered in intricate glyphs that seem to move and shift, telling the story of Earth's history.
The Chamber of Harmony. I never thought I'd live to see it.
It's beautiful. But how does it help us stop the cleansing?
The chamber doesn't just record history, child. It shapes it.
Before Nadia can respond, a tremor shakes the chamber. Water begins to seep in through cracks in the walls. Dr. Sayed, we're running out of time. The structural integrity is failing.
No, it's not failing. It's changing. Look!
The chamber walls begin to shift and reform, creating a central pedestal with 2 handprints, 1 human, 1 Lumina.
The nexus of unity. It requires a joining of our peoples to activate.
Then let's do it, together.
As Nadia and the Lumina Elder place their hands on the pedestal, a surge of energy courses through the chamber. Above the surface, the stormy skies begin to clear, and the raging waters start to calm. It's working. The floods are receding worldwide.
It's more than that. I can feel it. We're restoring the balance.
Yes, child. But the choice is not yet complete. The future of both our peoples hangs in the balance.
Suddenly, Nadia's mind is flooded with visions of possible futures, some of harmony, others of continued conflict.
I see it all. The paths we could take, the futures we could create.
The Chamber of Harmony shows us possibilities, but the choice must be made by both our peoples.
As Nadia grapples with the weight of this decision, Ammonia's voice crackles through their communication devices.
Nadia, whatever you're doing, it's working. But we have a new problem. Hardliners on both sides are calling for permanent separation of our species.
No, that can't happen. We need each other. Ammonius, patch me through to the global broadcast system.
Done. You're live to the world, Nadia. Make it count.
People of Earth, and children of none, hear me. I stand in an ancient chamber, built by our ancestors who understood a truth we've long forgotten. We are not separate species, but two halves of a greater whole.
As Nadia speaks, the chamber projects her words and the visions of possible futures to every screen and body of water around the globe.
The Lumina are not invaders, but returning guardians. We drove them away out of fear and ignorance, and in doing so, we set our planet on a path to destruction. But it's not too late to change course.
She speaks the truth. We have watched from the depths as you've poisoned the waters and the air. We returned not to conquer, but to heal.
The choice before us is simple, yet monumental. We can embrace our shared heritage and work together to restore our world, or we can continue down the path of conflict and watch as everything we love is washed away.
Around the world, humans and Lumina alike watch in awe as the visions of potential futures play out before them.
I've seen what we can achieve together. Cities that harmonize with nature, technologies beyond our wildest dreams, and a planet restored to its former glory. But it will take all of us, working in unity.
The old ways can guide us to a new future. But the choice must be made freely by all.
So I ask you now, people of Earth and children of none, what future will we choose?
As Nadia's words echo across the globe, a moment of profound silence falls. Then, slowly at first, but with growing momentum, responses begin to flood in.
Nadia, it's incredible. We're seeing a groundswell of support for cooperation. Even the hardliners are backing down.
Dr. Sayed, this is unprecedented. You've opened the door to a new era of diplomacy.
In the Chamber of Harmony, the visions of the future begin to coalesce around a single path, one of unity and restoration.
The choice has been made. A new age begins.
No, not a new age, a return to what should have been, a remembering.
As the energy in the chamber reaches its peak, a final pulse of power radiates outward. Around the world, the waters recede to their natural boundaries. In coastal areas, new structures begin to emerge, a fusion of human architecture and Lumina biotechnology. Dr. Sayed, you need to see this. The coastlines, they're transforming.
Not transforming, adapting, just as we must adapt to this new world we're creating.
As Nadia and her team emerge from the chamber, they're greeted by a world forever changed. The skies are clear, the waters calm, and in the distance, the first signs of new, harmonious cities are taking shape.
Nadia, you did it. You actually did it.
We did it, Amun, all of us, but this is just the beginning.
Indeed. The path ahead will not be easy, but it is one we will walk together.
In the days and weeks that follow, the world begins its transformation. Lumina technology helps cleanse the oceans and reverse climate change, while human ingenuity finds new ways to build sustainable civilizations.
I never imagined my search for ancient secrets would lead to this.
You've rewritten history, Nadia. Or perhaps you've helped us remember it correctly for the first time.
The cycle of separation has been broken. Now, we forge a new path together.
As the sun sets on this new world, Nadia stands on the shores of Alexandria, watching as humans and Lumina work side by side to build a shimmering city that bridges land and sea.
Dad, wherever you are, I hope you can see this. Your little girl didn't just chase fairy tales, she helped make them real.
And so, as the light fades on this pivotal day, a new chapter in Earth's history begins. The children of land and sea, once divided, now stand united. The waters of none, which once threatened to cleanse the world of human influence, now flow with the promise of a harmonious future.
This isn't the end of our story. It's just the beginning of a much greater adventure.
An adventure we'll face together, as one people.
Bound by the waters that gave us life, and the dreams that will carry us forward.
As night falls, the bioluminescent glow of the new Alexandria casts a gentle light over the Mediterranean. In its radiance, we see the dawn of a new age, one where the depths of the oceans and the expanse of the land are no longer barriers, but bridges to a future limited only by the breadth of our shared imagination and the depth of our newfound unity.